The harrowing scene playing out this afternoon in New York City. That deadly helicopter crash, the chopper slamming down on top of a building right in the middle of Manhattan. The FAA calling it a crash landing, the chopper erupting into flames at the top of a 54-story building. You could see the smoke there rising from the building. Firefighters had to put the fire out more than 700 feet up in the air. It all happened in the middle of a windswept rain, the tops of many of the buildings here in New York vanishing in the fog. Workers inside the building telling me while we were on the air that they heard the whizzing of that chopper and then the impact shaking the building. And tonight, this image, after firefighters put out the flames, how little of the chopper was left. New York City's mayor saying there's no evidence this was an act of terror tonight, but there are many questions. ABC's Gio Benitez is on the scene tonight.
Tonight, panic in New York City. Police and firefighters mobilizing on the ground and circling the 54-story skyscraper.
737 2nd Avenue. Reports a crash onto the roof with fire on the roof.
While in a building nearby, a man trains his camera on the plume of smoke billowing off the roof.
There was a significant flame coming off the top of the building. Right before that, I had heard what sounded like a helicopter.
Workers inside the tower describing the moment of impact. Shauna Farrell was on the 36th floor in the middle of a meeting.
Heard a loud whizzing sound of a motor, and then we heard a crash and actually felt the crash as well. We looked out the window, we saw a bunch of smoke and debris, and then we just all ran. We ran down 36 flights as soon as we could.
And keep in mind, she was on 36. She believes there are 50-some-odd floors of that building. And so to feel it that far down the building gives you an idea, perhaps, of the impact of this helicopter making that hard landing.
Nathan Hutton was on the 29th floor.
Only way I can describe it is like someone standing next to you and they give you a hard shove. And then you kind of like, whoa, what's that? Then 1, 2, 3 seconds afterwards, like you hear a sound, it sounds like fireworks and going off from a distance.
He describes a harrowing evacuation.
You have 30 or 40 floors of people that are all getting out
taking the stairs
at the same time. As soon as we got in the lobby, there are police and firefighters there. Everybody out, 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 out. Now it's time to run.
These images show the wreckage on the rooftop. Firefighters shot water 700 feet to extinguish the blaze. The chopper completely obliterated.
We had a very strange and a very troubling incident this afternoon here in Manhattan. Helicopter crashed into a building here.
The pilot, identified tonight as Tim McCormack, killed. He was the only one aboard the aircraft. Authorities say no signs point to terrorism, but many questions remain. The chopper was bound for New Jersey and took off at 1:32 p.m. from the 34th Street heliport on the East River, flying over Manhattan. It was in the air for 11 minutes before crashing onto the building, about half a mile from Trump Tower.
Yeah, there's a TFR there. That's a temporary flight restriction, and we're checking into that now, too.
And to be clear, just to finish this, that to go into that area, a helicopter would need the approval of LaGuardia Tower, and we need to find out if that happened or not here. We do not know at this point.
This video shows a helicopter flying erratically over the East River this afternoon. Authorities were unable to confirm definitively that it was the doomed flight, and they couldn't explain why a chopper was flying at all on this rainy day with so much dense fog.
Commissioner, why was that helicopter in the air in weather like this?
Not sure. That's part of the investigation.
There was no helipad on the roof of this building. They were banned in Manhattan after a chopper crashed onto the Pan Am building in 1977. Authorities at the time hoping to avoid disasters like the one today, which could have been worse.
There were no other injuries that we know of at this point in time to anyone in the building or on the ground. And I want to just say, thank God for that. This could have been a much worse incident.
No question about that. Gio Benitez with us live from Midtown Manhattan tonight. And Gio, you're learning more about the pilot at this hour?
That's right, David. We're told that he was well regarded, very experienced, that something must have gone horribly wrong for something like this to happen, whether that was mechanical or with the weather. And you can just see all of this fog behind me. David, it has been like this all day long.
Gio Benitez leading us off tonight. Gio, thank you. I want to get right to retired Marine Colonel Stephen Gagnier, a pilot himself. And Steve, many people are likely surprised to learn in Gio's report there that there are corridors of self-reporting here in New York where pilots can fly here in Manhattan without air traffic control knowing.
That's right, David. It's see and avoid. No radar contact, no talking to air traffic control. But these two pilots do have the responsibility to stay clear of clouds. Some of the videos we saw today showed this helicopter flying right along the bases of those clouds, in and out of those clouds. So given how nasty the weather was in New York today, I'm quite sure that weather played a role in creating this mishap.
All right, Colonel Ganyard with us as well, and with us all afternoon long. Steve, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.